All right, so this is How to Raise a Child. So for this song, I believe JoJo is going to have a scooter. So JoJo, for this entire song, you're going to be scootering around behind your Mr. and Mrs. Mayer, behind your parents, on stage in any pattern, whatever you want, just continually scootering, but never crossing in front of them, only being behind them. So, Mr. and Mrs. Mayer, you guys are going to start downstage center a little bit. This is formation 1. And so, Mrs. Mayer, you sing to the audience. He was sorry. He was Mommy's little girl. And then Mr. Mayer to the audience, same thing. She was Daddy's little lady. And then you're both at the same time, your arms are gonna swipe down and you're gonna stomp with your right foot and you're gonna stomp out. She was never any trouble till this. On thinking, you're gonna look into each other. So I'm pretending to be, I believe, Mr. Mayer right now, and Mrs. Mayer is somewhere right here. He was never any trouble till this thinking thing began. Then, Mr. Mayer, when you sing, we must both lay down the law, you're going to cross diagonally downstage, cross to go on the other side of Mrs. Mayer. I believe this is formation 2. We must both lay down the law, to like here-ish, and then Mrs. Mayer, you cross when you say, will she hate us? And then, Mr. Mayer, you say, maybe so. Then, I'll pretend to be Mrs. Mayer now, because I've crossed diagonally. For, oh, on the first where are the instructions, you're singing to each other. Oh, where are the instructions on how to raise a child? On the second one, for who has the instructions? To the audience, who has the instructions on how to raise a child? And then you're going to look up, who has all the answers? And then you're going to shrug, I don't know. And while you're singing that last note, you shrug, I don't. And then you just back up, no. So you guys ended up switching positions. So at the beginning of the song, Mr. Mayer was here and Mrs. Mayer was right here. And then you crossed down. I'm Mr. Mayer, Mrs. Mayer's over there, and then you just back up to be back together. So Mr. Mayer, Mrs. Mayer. So then you can go on with the scene and do your lines for the following scene. So that's How to Raise a Child.